was a big night for Kansas City, Missouri, as country music superstar Garth Brooks played inside Arrowhead Stadium, the biggest concert here since the pandemic began. At that concert, masks were required indoors due to the city's mask mandate, but they were optional in most areas of Arrowhead Stadium. Even with rising COVID case numbers, a lot of concert goers saw that performance as a sign of hope.
The world is opening back up. You know, we can get out and we can congregate with people, and we're not stuck to 10 people at a birthday party or 10 people at a family reunion. We can actually get out and celebrate and just live life again.
Garth Brooks will play next in Lincoln, Nebraska next weekend. He said he'll reassess the rest of his tour after that. More on the vaccination drive, by the way, at that concert coming up at 7:30 this morning. Kansans who attended the concert but have not been fully vaccinated should be quarantining now for 7 to 10 days after the show. That's according to the Kansas Department of Health and Environment. This applies to anybody who attends an out-of-state gathering of 500 or more people less than 5 feet apart from each other, even if everybody's wearing masks. If you are fully vaccinated or have had COVID-19 in the last 6 months, you do not have to quarantine as long as you show no symptoms. In Missouri, the state health department has recorded 2,100 new COVID-19 cases yesterday. That brings the state's average new cases per day to more than 2,000. Hospitals across the Show Me State are struggling under the weight of increasing cases. 16% of ICU beds across Missouri are available, and only about a quarter of all beds are open right now. And more than 2,100 people are hospitalized for COVID-19 across Missouri. A reminder that Jackson County's new mask mandate will take effect tomorrow. Anybody 5 and older has got to wear a mask inside public spaces, regardless of vaccination status. That county mandate will run for at least 30 days. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly is out with a new public service announcement to get vaccinations up, and she's hoping that more Kansans will choose to get that shot, as the highly infectious Delta variant now accounts for all new cases in Kansas.
You stayed safe, but never got vaccinated. Then the Delta variant of COVID came along. The Delta variant is twice as infectious as previous versions, and it's spreading rapidly in Kansas. A single infected person can spread the infection to multiple people: your spouse, your child, a friend, a neighbor. And nearly all of the people recently killed by COVID have been unvaccinated. Protect yourself, protect your family, and get the free and safe vaccine today.
A new PSA is now airing across the state of Kansas. It's normal for kids to be nervous about the start of a new school year. It's right around the corner, but your child may be feeling more than just jitters this fall. KMBC 9's Aixa Diaz is in our Washington bureau and shows us that the pandemic and the uncertainty surrounding it has created anxiety in a lot of students.
You can expect kids to be worried about the start of the school year, but if they're struggling with day-to-day activities, it could be a sign that something more serious is going on. Stepping back into the classroom can be nerve-wracking every year, but psychologists say pay extra attention to your children this fall as they return to school.
If you see kids starting to say, I really don't want to go back to school, I do better with remote learning, I just want to stay at home, I'll be fine this way, I think that starts to flag.
Dr. Lilia Maka Andrew from Children's National Hospital says other red flags include headaches, stomach aches, and loss of sleep. She says parents should encourage open dialogue with their children and have them focus on what they can control during these unpredictable times.
Empowering the kids to recognize that there's a lot of things they can do, right? If they know, I like to wear a mask, I like to wash my hands, I know the things that I can do.
Dr. Andrew recommends going on family bravery missions as a way to get kids adjusted to scenarios they're nervous about.
Worried about being back around a bunch of kids, maybe it's going to the park and, standing nearby and kind of feeling like, oh, wow, okay, I can do this. It could even be as simple as like, we're going to go pick out a carry-out order and you'll say hi to the clerk as we're checking out. So lots of little creative ways that you can empower kids to face their fears.
Dr. Andrew says nervousness those first few weeks is normal, but if your child's anxiety persists during the school year, it could be time to talk to a pediatrician or therapist. In Washington, I'm Aixa Diaz.
And many therapists say that they have seen a big increase in demand for their services throughout the pandemic as more young people seek that mental health treatment. A group of COVID-19 survivors and vaccine advocates are now calling on people to protect themselves from the virus. One of them, Marjorie Roberts, was first diagnosed with COVID in March of 2020 and says she still has not fully recovered.
Tomorrow will make 500 days that I have been fighting COVID-19. I have spots on my liver, nodules in my lungs, swollen lymph nodes. I lost 7 teeth, and now I've just been recently diagnosed with sarcoidosis, but I still continue to fight.
Of course, Marjorie contracted COVID-19 well before a vaccine was available, and she's urging everyone now to get vaccinated.